She's a beautiful woman. So I decided to go back and reread the clause. I'm not saying he's, but I say that I am much better looking than her. I think I'm much better looking. Much better. I'm a better looking person than Kamala. No, I couldn't believe it. She said, you know, I had never heard that one. They said, no, her biggest advantage is that she's a beautiful woman. I'm going, huh. I never thought of that. I'm better looking than she is. In her speech yesterday, Kamala went full communist. You heard that? She went full communist. She wants to destroy our country. After causing catastrophic inflation, Comrade Kamala announced that she wants to institute socialist price controls. You saw that. Never worked before, never ever worked. This is the Maduro plan, Venezuela. Maduro plan of like the old Soviet Union. They tried it. How did the Soviet Union work out? It became Russia, a smaller version. It was a smaller version. It will cause rationing, hunger, and skyrocketing prices, just like their Inflation Reduction Act caused, one of the great scams of all time. They got it approved with a beautiful name, Inflation Reduction, because inflation under their system has been so bad. It's gone up much more than 50%. You know, they say 30, 40, 50, much more. People are being devastated. They're being devastated. But it's gone way up. Call it TiVo. Now they have TiVo, I think it's the single greatest invention. It's better than television, because television would drive you crazy if you couldn't do a playback, right? Now I can play back. I heard the statement, and I heard that statement that she made, and I said, you know, she made a statement yesterday that from her time in office, essentially, prices have gone up by 50%, something like. I said, did she just say that? I said, that speechwriter is going to be fired. In fact, we took that section and we actually made a commercial on it, and we got the best commercial of the week, and we didn't do anything. We just played her back. But here's the problem. The things that she said yesterday don't work. They have never worked. They've never been used many times before in many other countries. They've never worked. They've just never worked. They've been used oftentimes, many countries, and in every single event, it ruined those countries. It's a communist system. It's what her father, a Marxist, he was a Marxist, it's what her father taught her from a young girl growing up. She's promising to hand out things she can't deliver. She can never deliver them. She'll never get them approved. Just like when she and Crooked Joe tried to give away student debt. Remember, she wanted to pay. How did that work out? Not too good. The students are saying, I love him because of student debt, but he got rejected. And this will be rejected even more so, because what they're doing is a communist takeover of our country. Her plan is very dangerous because it may sound good politically, and that's the problem. And we have to be very careful, because when somebody gets up and says, we're going to give you everything, $25,000 for a house, we're going to give you all sorts of little goodies, free health care, we're going to give you everything, universal health care, it sounds so beautiful. And I told my people, you got to be very careful. I told the Republican Party, you have to be very careful. She's given all this away, and somebody that really isn't into it, you know, we're largely, even groups like this, we're into it. We think about it all the time. We want to take back our country. We want to save our country. When somebody's and you understand how bad this stuff is. This is communist, this is Marxist, this is fascist. But you know what? It's dangerous, because she's saying that she's going to give away things that she'll never be able to get approved. She wants to increase the number of justices on the United States Supreme Court to 27. 27. I used to hear she was going up to 11. And then I heard it was 13, but then they said that's an unlucky number, so they went to 15. Yesterday, for the first time I heard, 27. We'll have to rebuild the entire Supreme Court because they won't have enough room for the judges. They won't have enough. And by the way, how courageous were our justices of the United States Supreme Court? What they did, they're saving our country. They're actually saving our country. What they've done is, I mean, they passed things that were so important, and they did it for the right, not for the wrong. They did the right thing. They did the right thing. And I just have such respect for them. The job they've done against, and you know, the radical left plays the ref. You know the great Bobby Knight, he supported me. He used to fight with the referees all the time, scream at him, Bobby, please, don't do that. It's not going to work. He said, you're right, it's not going to work now, it's going to work for the next one. And the next call, there'd be a flagrant foul, and they wouldn't call it. They didn't want to get screamed at. The radical left harasses our judges and harasses our justices. They scream at them, they call them names, they say they're incompetent, they're horrible, they're this, they're that, they should be impeached. They're constantly saying they should be impeached, but they're screaming. And you know what? It has an effect on some people, but so far, they've been very strong. It's really horrible. I believe it's illegal what they do. And I'm trying to give you things that you've never heard before, and this is true. I believe they are playing the ref. They're constantly criticizing some of our greatest justices and a lot of great judges. You know, I kept hearing so much about the Florida case because, you know, they weaponized our system, our government totally weaponized it. First time it's ever happened. And they said, my biggest case is in Florida. And we had a very brilliant, I don't know the judge, but a fair and very brilliant judge who took tremendous abuse. Would have been so easy for her to just rule against me, but she didn't do that. She ruled fair. She threw out the whole case. It was thrown out. That was a big case. And I have such respect for her because she is, in fact, brilliant. But they were hitting her so hard. She's going too slow. She's that. She should be removed immediately from office. These people are horrible. I really think